This Tri-Nations final, it's been on the boil now for almost 8 weeks. The two best teams in the series are set to collide, and they don't like one another at all. We are not too far away from the kickoff. Andrew Voss, please blow that whistle.
Yeah, absolutely, Ken. The final match for the year, November 25. This is where the league season ends. And Australia has beaten New Zealand 3 times this year. They were 2-2 last year. Let's just recap on those starting sides for tonight, Peter Sterling.
And the Australians have only made one change. That's Big Willie Mason coming back into the team. Carmichael Hunter's at fullback, Brent Tate and Greg Inglis on the flanks. The centre pairing, Mark Gasnier and Justin Hodges. The halves, outstanding. The captain, Darren Lockyer, is at 5'8", Jonathan Thurston in the 7 jersey. Formidable front 6, Luke O'Donnell at lock forward, Nathan Highmarsh and Andrew Ryan, the second rows. Brent Kite comes into the run on side in 17. Cameron Smith and Petro Sivanasiva, they're interchanged tonight. Willie Mason drops back in number 8. Marco Millie, Sean Berrigan, Anthony Tupou, they are coached by Ricky Stewart.
And the Kiwis in the room, live on Channel 9. The New Zealand side, the defending Tri-Nations champions, 24-0 winners last year in Leeds in the final.
Looking to put those back-to-back, and no surprise they haven't made a change to the team that thrashed the Lions a fortnight ago. At fullback, Brent Webb. On the wing, Shontaine Harpy and Manu Vatuvei. The centres, Isaiah Soliola and Steve Matai. In the halves, Nigel Bunganar and the champion Stacey Jones. The forward pack, David Farlongo at lock. David Kidwell and Simon Mannering, the second rowers. Ruben Wickie as the captain. Dean Halatau and Roy Asatasi. They're interchanged, Motu Tony, Nathan Kalis, Adam Blair, Frank Pritchard, and they are coached by Brian McLennan.
Ashley Klein, referee. Tri-Nations final underway, and look out, the ball's coming Manu's way. It'll be cut off by Mannering. Yes. And Mannering tackled 25 metres out from the New Zealand line. The Tri-Nations decider underway live on Channel 9. And now Steve Matai, young Manly centre in his first series as a Test footy player. As a Tazi, they come centre field for Farlongo. Rabbitohs forward, tackled 11 short of halfway by O'Donnell. Now Wickie has his first hit up. And will play just short of halfway. No problems just yet for New Zealand. As a Tazi, he's always possessed that footwork and put a right step in there and got as far as the Kangaroos 40. Held down by Hindmarsh. Last tackle, back with Jones, kicks from 41 out. It'll be intercepted there by Carmichael Hunt. And Hunt puts on the big hop, and then Wickie came over the top. He missed with a swinging arm that if it connected with Carmichael's head, may have gone over the crossbar. He went in as a Tazi there and he missed him. Ruben Wickie. Now Sivanasiva for the Kangaroos. Brings in 3 defenders, Mannering, Wickie, and now penalty to the Kangaroos.
They give him that little push to delay the play the ball there.
And that is a real problem area for the Kiwis. Trying to be aggressive around the play the ball area, but giving away silly penalties. We've seen it so often through this campaign. No need for Ruben Wickie just to give the play the ball man a little shove. And now a new set of 6 for the Aussies inside the opposing half. Sivanasiva.
Yeah, pass fired to centre field by Smith, and Sivanasiva pushed back at the finish there by Mannering. He's been just about the leading tackler in every game he's played, Simon Mannering. Now Brent Kite, 17 on his back, but in the starting side. Some of these Manly boys have had great series on both sides. Another penalty now. Just what Sterlo was talking about. And already Ruben Wickie will come out as captain.
Yeah, it's their first set of 6. Both times, obviously, you do the first time there, he gave a little push there. Second time there, he's gone in with the hip there and knocked him over to the side. Got to talk to him. We don't want none of that.
How much will he hook a ball from in front, Andrew? I've never seen a ball move as much right to left off a goal kicker's boot. Is it a problem in front?
He was swinging them 15 metres last week at Suncorp, Jonathan Thurston. Here he goes with the headgear on. Thurston, first kick of the night, successful. Points on the board, it's 2-0. Well, they've raised what happened last year, the 0 scoreline. Matthew John sideline.
Yeah, Boston, I'm joined on the sideline by Benji Marshall. Benji, that harker before the game, I tell you, it's just about as an emotional a harker I've seen from any New Zealand national side. What you feeling with the boys tonight?
Yeah, definitely, mate. They put a lot of emotion into it. I was starting to feel it on the sideline here. You know, Ruben Wickie has pumped up the boys. Sia Soliola, they're doing a great job out there.
I'm scared myself.
New Zealand restart play, and Sivanasiva gets another run, and he went into a shoulder. That left Mannering on the deck. Simon Mannering was down and then had to scamper to get back in the defensive line. Both Maddai and Mannering went for the unconventional hit. Now Thurston, they're going to spread it left. Hodges, step right, step left. Tackled 40 metres out. This was the start, both of them.
Well, we've pointed out during this series that Simon Mannering has not started in the forward pack for his club side, the Warriors, in the NRL. Normally a centre winger. He's pushed into the back row by McLennan, doing a good job as Lockyer gets one away. Too big off the boot.
That's Steve Harmison, first ball of the Ashes. Darren Lockyer into the fence at Aussie Stadium, unheard of.
Well, he saw the opposition fullback, Brent Webb, had positioned himself very well. We know Lockyer likes to kick down the left-hand side of the field. He bent them back early in game one of this series, but Webb was there waiting, and Lockyer went to bite off a little bit too much. Kicked it out on the full. Good pressure.
Mark Gasnier is the wide centre defender in the Australian right side defence. That's how close they were to the play. If the quick play the ball comes from Wiki, they had numbers to the left.
Jones to level the scores. 2-all. Play back underway. Mannering runs back to the 20. Live on Channel 9 from Aussie Stadium. Tri-Nations final, 2-all. And this is tackle number 2 after the kick-off. Steve Maddai on the 30. And almost could have been a penalty there against Hindmarsh. Maddai ended up on his back. Asatazi has started strongly. Tackled by Bulldogs teammate Andrew Ryan there. Although you've got to say former teammate these days is Webb for Mannering. It will be from the start of next year. Asatazi at Souths, Ryan still at the Bulldogs. New Zealand on halfway. Halatau to centre field. Another touch for Asatazi. Another one for Farlongo. He's 40 metres from the Kangaroos line. O'Donnell was all over the top of him there. Webb is going to go high centre field. Hunt's underneath it. 11 metres out from his own line. No problems for Carmichael Hunt. So tackle 1 is 15 out from the Kangaroos goal line. And now Gasnier, nice step, got him past Maddai. Held by Wiki. Quick play the ball. Smith takes off. Smith makes 15 metres for Australia back to the 40.
That's a great run. Plenty of that out of dummy half will trouble the Kiwis.
And now Tate gets in for his share. In off the wing. Has managed to keep Matt King out of this Kangaroos side. Lockyer, Thurston working across to the side of the field, but you'll find Inglis. That was a great tackle on O'Donnell from Soliola. Hindmarsh picked it up. Now it comes on for Ryan. On for Gasnier. Tate's on his outside. On to Tate. Question mark on the pass. Referee says OK. Brent Tate goes over on a last tackle play for the Kangaroos. 6-2. 6 points to 2. The first try of the final. The man who scored that scintillating one, the last try of last week in the 81st minute, he's got one in the 10th tonight.
And it was an attacking play that broke down for the Australians. They were looking to kick the football, but the pass from dummy half went astray. And Nathan Hindmarsh had enough knowledge to pick it up and pass. I think Steve Maddai had to back off here. He's the number 4 player. I think he should have backed off towards where Mark Gasnier was and allowed the inside defenders to pick up Andrew Ryan if they could. As it was, he presented an overlap. And Mark Gasnier, with his speed, was able to get to Vatavai and give the try scorer Brent Tate a saloon passage.
He's now got 9 test tries in his 14th test tonight. Thurston 5 metres in from touch. He's taken it back 25 metres. In flight from Thurston. And JT, the star for the Cowboys, does it in the green and gold. It's 8 points to 2. Matthew John sideline.
Yeah, that's the blueprint for Australia. They've got to attack out here on this right-hand side. You got Stacey Jones defending 3 in, and the man on the outside, Steve Maddai, likes to come in. Stacey likes to hold and slide. That's a bad combination for New Zealand.
Tate's in there to take number 2. Around the outside of Maddai, Tate's away. Tate down the sideline. Held by Vatavai and back for Gasnier. Good stuff, Brent Tate. Enjoying tonight's final. Now Ryan with it. 2 metres short of halfway. Mannering again there in defence. Smith for Hindmarsh. They're setting up on the left side. Thurston away for Lockyer. This looks promising. Out they come. Hodges was held. Thrown to the ground in the Harpy tackle. Was still able to offload, but Harpy's work was enough to slow down the Kangaroos. O'Donnell with it. Australia now 40 metres away from the New Zealand line. It is tackle number 5. Lockyer is left side. They go a little wider than that. To Thurston they run. Hodges! Inglis on his outside. Inglis, great gather in. And tackled 5 metres out. The long arms of Greg Inglis. He pulled one in.
As Willie Mason comes to the sideline, and this is the difference between Australians and Kiwis. Watch him pull this in. Now, we watched Manu Vatuvei. We made excuses for him for a bad pass earlier from dummy half. You've got to catch him, and the class players catch them, no matter where you throw them. We saw him do that in Origin this year on debut when he caught a Lockyer pass and scored. That's the difference.
There was a shocking piece of defence there from Nigel Vunganar. It was 3-on-3, and for some reason he raced in and gave the opportunity to the Australians. Fortunately, his teammates came up with some desperate defence late, including that man with the football there, Halatau.
Still Mason waits to come on. Kangaroos defending. Let's go to the sideline. Ben Eichen.
You cannot speak highly enough about the capacity of the Aussies as we see the New Zealanders go wide here.
Mannering threw it back inside. Ben, Australia back in possession. And Lockyer will play it. Gazdia now. Gazdia, nice fend. Then runs into Manu Vatuvei. We'll get back to Ben Eichen in just a moment as Mason is on. 30 metres out from the line. Centrefield they come. Mason. 22 metres out from the line. Smith then throws for Thurston. Thurston for Lockyer. This time Vunganar makes a nice tackle. With Soliola, they're called out. Now there's a push. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 in it. Now there's about 20 in it. O'Donnell's in the thick of it. Soliola wants to go on. He wants to carry on. Hodges plays policeman. Referee Klein had already said penalty Kangaroos. But the tempers, they really do simmer. Sivanasiva got menacing. Thurston threw one. I don't think Soliola got one in.
The penalty will go against the Kiwis for a high tackle.
The penalty's already gone your way for the high tackle. I've seen if you could offload the ball to play an advantage. Okay, there's nothing to do with you. There's no need for you to run in there, okay? So have a think about your actions. If you do something like that again, you might not be around. Okay? River.
Referee Ashley Klein hasn't real time off during this caution.
Yeah. Penalty's going against you guys for the high tackle, okay? We don't need any of that stuff for players that are running in. Yeah, no, I'll speak to it. Yeah, hey, let's have a word with him, okay? None of that.
That wasn't a high tackle. That was a beautiful ball and all tackle. No penalty was deserving there. This was all just push and shove. It's nothing. Boys getting restless. That's nothing. That's good. All good. Everyone kept their heads. Good stuff.
8 points to 2, and his third shot for the night is successful. Inglis runs up. Harpy's there. Madai, they look to the sideline.
Well, he missed a game a couple of weeks ago. It may well win a shoulder injury. Looks like he's picked one up again. That left shoulder is hanging down, and he would be a big loss. Imagine Mannering would go out wide. Third tackle now against the Australians, 32 out from their own line.
Well, that is where Mannering's versatility will come in handy. Mason again, up and over the 40-metre line and tackled low down by Kalis. Madai still out on the left wing. Smith kicks from 5 metres inside his own half. This to the wing of Shantaine Harpy. All the way back to the goal line. He scored the first try in the last clash when they met. Harpy comes across field. He's hit over the top by Mark O'Mealy, Matthew Johns.
I can tell you Stevie Madai's right here is at the moment. It's a shoulder injury. It's his left shoulder. The trainer actually tried to drag him off a few times. He wanted to stay off, but common sense prevailed. I don't know if he'll be back.
Nice pack goes on to Steve Madai. In the meantime, penalty to New Zealand. Mark O'Mealy gets all over his man. Webb throws out a push, and then O'Mealy does same.
Well, Mark wasn't watching the first few minutes from the sideline. He was on the bench. They've been giving penalties for that. No good pleading to the referee. They're not in the game at the moment, the Kiwis. Australia is controlling this comfortably, and the Kiwis look off the pace.
So Mannering has gone to left centre as Kidwell takes a run, does well. Brings straight at Hodges.
Yeah, Frank Pritchard is a player who's gone out in 17, and he can cause some problems if he can find some time and space. As again, the New Zealanders look to work it out from their own end, as they've done so often tonight. Maddai in plenty of pain on the sideline.
Now with Vangana, almost ducked under the tackle of O'Mealy, got away from Mason. Quick play the ball from Vangana. They work to centre field. Kiwis will play it 5 metres inside the Australian half. They trail by 8 points. But now just a little bit of field position. Jones tries the chip. It's a beauty. Webb with the ball. Offloads. Kiwis are going to score. Pritchard's over. Frankie Pritchard scores. First time he touches the ball. 29 gone. It's 10-6. New Zealand have their first try in this Tri-Nations final. 10-6, kick to come from the sideline.
And it was a beauty. They were looking for some inspiration, and so often in the last decade it has come from Stacey Jones. You can't defend this. Going to the line. The perfect little kick. It was a planned move. Brent Webb chasing through. And a wonderful ball to the outside. Frank Pritchard. It is his first touch since coming on after the injury of Steve Maddai. Just a perfect little chip over the top. Not high enough to allow the green and gold defenders to get there. And Frank Pritchard, he's so good at making breaks. This time he didn't have a lot to do except finish it.
Now Jones from just a metre in from the sideline, 19 out, doesn't strike it as he would have wished. It is 10 points to 6. Now we can get back to Ben Ikin. Sorry about that, Ben.
Yes, well, the effort from the Kiwis so far in this game has been a little bit messy. They've got the capacity to do things like this. They've got some brilliant ball players, namely Stacey Jones, who's also a great leader. Some players with X-factor like Frank Pritchard, Brent Webb, David Fa'alongo. They're all there. The Kiwis are still in this game. You better believe it.
Carmichael Hunt's been quiet tonight. Fairly well contained so far.
Inside the final 6 of this first half right now. Hindmarsh, a run for the Kangaroos. He loves the work. No break in this half for Nathan Hindmarsh. Vangana there was Soliola. Smith has a little look up at dummy half. And will go for another run. Explores another hole in the New Zealand defence. Hodges, he makes good ground, gets them inside New Zealand's half, but it is the last. They've had some success on the last tackle tonight. Thurston, let's run again, they say. Lockyer fires it out for Gazdia. Gazdia, oh, he trips. Gazdia stumbled, and he was held and changeover. Is there a sniper out there?
Oh, there, Andrew.
Starts and finishes. You've got to watch the back end of the set of 6 when you play against Darren Lockyer. He's no guarantee to kick the ball. He found space out wide with Gazdia. Should have gone to Tate, I guess.
Certainly wasn't the case early. Now Soliola 30 metres away from the Australian line. O'Mealy made the tackle there. Overall possession, time in possession, getting back to the 50% mark. So the Kiwis 21 metres out from the line. Tackle number 4 again. Their success is coming left. Jones goes inside that time. Last tackle, 3.5 minutes remaining first half. The little general again. Jones kicks it back towards the post. They all fly through, and Thurston comes down with it. He's got some of the chases though.
Got a high tackle against Brent Webb on Jonathan Thurston. I think you'll find there was a lot of traffic there, and it's Nigel Vangana again penalised for a high tackle from the banana kick from Stacey Jones. It was an excellent kick because it landed in the field of play and gave the chasers an opportunity. Vangana, geez, a pretty soft penalty.
Now Smith for Hindmarsh, he's hit. He is hit by Soliola. There's nothing wrong with him. He's done a dental check on Hindmarsh. O'Mealy, no charge, says Soliola.
He rattled the fillings there.
With his own face, Gus. He put his head on the line. You'll see a Soliola.
Oh, dear.
And did not flinch. It is a tough game. Thurston, he Vicious hit after kicking by Blair. Referee Klein has seen it. Vadavai has picked it up. Vadavai tries to get on the outside of Tate. Referee Klein says play on.
There's Australians down everywhere. I don't think it was too bad on that one, but someone hit Gasnier when he was chasing the ball, way away from the play.
And there's no trouble with the Blair hit. He wasn't very late and he left the ground. So we certainly couldn't pull out of it. But it is danger time now inside the final minute and a half. We saw 16 points scored in the first half last year. They were all New Zealand's way. That's Ruben Wiki tangling with Mark Gasnier on the intended chase.
That's a fair check to cop on the way through, run into Ruben.
Well, that was the penalty. That was the penalty. The Thurston tackle's no problem. Here's one coming out of trouble again for the Kiwis. Looks like they'll get the last possession of the half. The last chance.
60 seconds remain, Gus. That one against Cameron Smith. They said they would produce some trickery in New Zealand coming into the final. Well, this is the time. This is the moment.
Well, they might try a little bit of trickery early. But if they can't score in 4 or 5 rucks, Stacey Jones go high. Put the bomb up, get a good chase.
Played by Wiki. Jones, there's a Kiwi chant up here as Kalis takes the run and is held 35 metres from the goal line. Tackle number 3. 20 seconds remain. Modu Tony, Stacey Jones, now Webb. That's 3 of their magic men in a row. Webb is tackled by Hindmarsh. 30 metres from the line. Final seconds of the first half. At 10 points to 6. Jones wants to run. Pritchard for Mannering. Running out of space. Back for Pritchard. Keeps it alive. Jones with the ball. And Hindmarsh shuts him down. And that brings us to the end of the first half. It's been a good one. There's only been 2 tries. The first one to Tate. The reply from Frank Pritchard. 10 points to 6 at half-time. Kangaroos in their first set after the break. O'Donnell thrown down there by Blair, the young Melbourne forward. Cameron Smith having his best game of the series tonight. Mason gets a second touch here. And he is 5 short of halfway. Tony was first in, second in was Kidwell. Now O'Mealy. So between Mason and O'Mealy, they've taken 2 hit-ups each in this first set. Now Thurston drives it low. Never got higher than half a metre off the ground. Webb gathered it in. And then Webb almost got through the tackle of O'Donnell.
I'm surprised he even caught that. That ball was going out the back easily. It was going to land in the harbour. Would have been a 20-metre tap and an easy passage out to the 20-metre line. Sydney Harbour, Bossy, if you don't know what I mean. Would have hit the harbour bridge.
Slight exaggeration. I feel Gould as the bird, as the crow flies. What, it's about 4 k's to the water from here.
It's November 25.
Now Tony across for Jones. They stretch it. Quick hands along from Pritchard for Mannering. Sends the big bloke away. Manu Vadavai held. Passed inside for Mannering. Vadavai was getting into full stride. And that is an awesome sight. Now the kick from Tony. Kick and chase. And Carmichael Hunt is with it. Got around the back of Jonathan Thurston.
That was a selfish kick there from Modu Tony. He had a good line to his right-hand side. If it had gone high, there was any number of chases. Nice work down the left-hand side. Simon Mannering passes early, and that allowed Brent Tate to turn and chase. He did very well to take the return pass.
Brian McLennan was telling me last week that Vadavai is easily the fastest player in the Kiwi side. He did well there, Tate.
Hopefully it's with the ball when we see it tonight. In hand.
Oh, he's got to catch it.
Australians are 5 metres inside the Kiwis half. O'Mealy made a mess of a few. Tate's got on to the end of a long pass. Tate's thrown it forward 3 metres back in field.
He had
referee Klein has picked it up.
An unmarked Mark Gasnier on his left shoulder almost, I think you will find. There were some New Zealand defenders there, but once Brent Tate got around Manu Vadavai, have a look at Mark Gasnier come in behind Simon Mannering. Yeah, maybe the long pass was the better one, but I think if he was able to manufacture the little one over the top to Gasnier, he was away.
Tony picks out his man, that is Kidwell. And every time Kidwell touches, the crowd, they're looking for the number 8 from Australia, Willie Mason. We talked about unfinished business tonight. 25 metres out from the line. Tony Jones, deeper for Webb. Across field, almost around the outside of Lockyer, kept it going. Pritchard's with it. Tackled low down by Ryan. New Zealand, 15 metres from the line. Big opportunity here. Webb on for Kiwis. And there wasn't much to that play.
No, that's a wasted one. That's the one where they waste setting up for the next play. They've got to go quicker than that.
Tony Jones, then for Webb. They're lined up outside. Bungana, Soliola has scored for New Zealand. Yosia Soliola levels the scores here at Aussie Stadium. And a 20-year-old, Yosia Soliola, has his 4th test try. This is the biggest moment of his career in the Tri-Nations final.
If I was Chris Anderson and Rooster supporters, I'd be excited about the development of this number 3. Now playing international football, Soliola. I think he'll be in the black and white jersey for many seasons to come. On 2 occasions early in this second half, the New Zealanders have gone wide and they have looked dangerous. They got down the left side through Vatavai and Mannering. This time Bungana brings Soliola back on the inside. And despite the attempted tackle from Thurston and from Greg Inglis, we now have Stacey Jones looking to take the lead. He pushes it to the right.
Oh, doesn't swing it back. On the sideline, Matthew Johns with an excited Benji Marshall. How is he, Matty?
Oh, he's very, very excited. Look, Benji, Brian McLennan apparently was super confident at half-time. He believes their best footballers ahead of the New Zealand side. That proves it.
I believe it is. Early in the first half, you know, they were a bit flat and they weren't using the ball as much, but then they just showed a bit of creativity. Decoy runners out the back again. Nigel Bugana inside to Soliola. Happy days.
Lockyer goes deep from the kick-off. Couldn't find Manu Vatavai. Blair comes back. Talk about the youngsters in the side. O'Mealy's back on the bench for Australia. So too is Kite. Tupou and Berrigan haven't seen any football yet. Vatavai went for a run. There was green and gold everywhere. Sivana Seaver and Hindmarsh on the biggest man there. Penalty now in the meantime. It goes against the team in possession.
Doesn't go touching it. Ruben, he doesn't touch their players.
Well, it goes against the New Zealand player, Brett Webb, pushing Petre Sivanasiva out of the way. The referee didn't like it, said don't touch the opposition.
That's a harsh penalty at this stage of the game. We see that week in, week out in NRL football.
Thurston here does have an opportunity again to put the Australians in front. It would favour the way he's striking the ball, and it will be successful, and it is.
Thurston again. 12 points to 10. And Brian McLennan is nervous, he's anxious. A lot of things to watch again from that hit. The smiling Sivanasiva after he gets here. Was probably going to be knock on against New Zealand. Finishing off a wonderful year. Kaida's with it. He's inside the 20. 15 metres out from the line and 12 points to 10 to the Kangaroos. 25 minutes remaining. Lockyer switch. Thurston, Sivanasiva's pass, it's forward. The Kiwis hang on.
That's a set play that Australia has used half a dozen times through this series. The switch from one side of the ruck back to the other, and then it's normally a second man play up the middle for Carmichael Hunt. But what they've done is practiced to give it to the decoy runner Sivanasiva, and Thurston didn't turn back far enough. Here comes Vatavai. Assisted from the field. They've done well there, the Kiwis, to hang on.
All Wickie's collected high. He was falling in the tackle. There'll be no complaint from Ruben Wickie. Yeah. O'Donnell was there.
There's a bit of irony for you. Ruben Wickie getting caught high, falling into a tackle. He's been around a long time, Ruben, and if there is something that is on his record, there's a couple of high shot offences.
And I'll tell him you said that too. And I'll tell him where you live.
I'm not having a shot at him.
You're both on report.
He knows that.
I bet you're a prefect at school. You're one of them blokes running to the teacher all the time, weren't you?
It's a long time ago, but yes. And now it goes for Jones. Infield for Kidwell. Might have been a little goose step there from Kidwell when he got the ball. Tackled by O'Donnell. Alatau, Jones. Then it comes out with Kiwis. He'll be called to play at 31 metres away from the line. Now they've redeployed Vanganar out to left centre. And with it is Blair. Dumps it back. Webb couldn't get his hand on it. Jones has. Runs away. Scurries away from 7 receiver, little Stacey Jones. But still they are 30 metres from the Kangaroos line. They trail by 2. And still 23 minutes remaining. Asatazi makes a big run. Takes it up and tackled low down by Berrigan. 21 metres from the line. Halatau darts off for another 9 metres. Last tackle play coming up. 11 metres out from the line. Look for the general. Here he is, Jones. Kicks it across to the corner. Inglis is underneath. Third up goes Happy. It goes over the dead ball line. And referee Klein's going to check it upstairs with a video ref.
Well, it is a big call, this one. Does it come off Shontaine Harpy or does it come off Greg Inglis before going over the dead ball line? One will see a restart under the post, the other 20 metres out for the defending team. Flies high, Harpy. Greg Inglis, he definitely gets a touch, whether it's the last one.
What do you make of Hodges in this one? You happy with that? Does he change his angle to get in the way of Harpy here?
Yes, well,
of course he does. I can't see where Harpy has ever knocked this ball forward, so there can be no infringement against him.
Well, it's the video ref who makes the decision, Chris Ward here. Can't say we're all that happy that it has been left to him. No try goal line dropout.
Well, that's a good result for New Zealand in the fact that they will get consecutive sets of 6. They did well to survive at the other end. Now's their turn to have a shot. The fact that they'll have a restart from under the post. They are nice and deep, the New Zealanders. They know Lockyer's been hitting these well.
That's a terrible line drop out. They got the ball in great position. He's knocked it on. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? What a let-off for Australia. And what disappointment there for David Farlogo. He totally miskicked. He's 1.5 yards over the line for a start. He's totally miskicked it. The Kiwis are going to come up with the ball 13 metres out from the line, and he muffed it. What a let-off for Australia.
Kalis is up on his feet on the bench. Perhaps Coach McLennan had wanted to get Harpy in closer, but with all the problems they've had with Maddai and Vadavai, it would be another shuffle in the back line.
Well, that's the thing for New Zealand, as Sean Berrigan almost gets through, is the fact that they've played this game with 15. A mistake from Berrigan going to count against them in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Pritchard's got a trouble here. He went to make the tackle on Berrigan and went straight for his shoulder, Frankie Pritchard, as Berrigan lost it. As Atasi was right there.
It's just binding nice and easy. Okay, no, wait. Okay, Brett.
He's with the trainer right now. Frank Pritchard after that. Berrigan's filthy on himself. An error inside his own half.
Put the arms around, Nathan.
12 points to 10. Final 12 minutes of the Tri-Nations decider. There's the trickery. Jones runs off. The ball was still on the scrum. Although referee Klein was saying out, out, out. Perhaps the ref was confused as well. They forced a penalty against Great Britain, was it not, earlier in the series? Here's Wiki. 31 metres from the line. New Zealand in possession. Stacey Jones steadies it, holds it up for Webb, unloads here, Harpy's with it, comes back in field. Got away from Tupou, 21 metres out from the line. Modu Tony, terrible ball, picked up by Jones, gets the kick through, Willie Mason's back there. Penalty. He's knocked on. Penalty for pulled back. Mason had done so well, but Stacey Jones taking an Alfie Langer style kick has been interfered with.
It was good vision from Stacey Jones. Fullback Carmichael Hunt, you can see the number 1 was up in the line.
That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. They can't disappear.
This is for 12 all. With 10 minutes remaining in the Tri-Nations final, he's got it. It's 12 all. Crowd of almost 30,000. Lockyer, he's having an off night. He almost fell over and kicking off. Here we go, folks, on Channel 9, our final match for the year, our 72nd game for the year, and we've got a 12-all scoreline with 9 to go. Here's a stat for you. Australia haven't scored a try since the 10th minute of play. That was when Brent Tate scored the lone 4-pointer for the Kangaroos. You've got to remember, game 2 of the series, they scored twice in the final 5 to break the hearts of the Kiwis.
They did that last week against the Lions as well. Pet played, Brent Webb, a wide pass. Modu Tony playing outside. Now Soliola.
Soliola looks to put a dance on when he was confronted by Hodges.
Last tackle, Jones in the kicking position. Pressure coming through.
They really rushed up on little Stacey, got the kick through. It's going to sit up for him though. Hunt comes up with the ball for the Kangaroos. Kalis is there first, so is Ruben Wiki on the Kangaroos fullback. 8 minutes remain, 5 out from the line. What a final, a 12-all. It was 24-0 last year.
And it's the Australians who made mistakes with the football in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Ricky Stewart now, the message out. Control the football, get to the other end.
First and away for Mason, risky pass. Picked up by Hindmarsh. What we do know is Lockyer can kick field goals from long range. They got Thurston as well. We saw Lockyer bang one over last week. Here's Lockyer, he's going to run it now. Darren Lockyer almost through the other side, got to halfway. Last tackle, and the ball is with Tate, and great work by Thurston. Thurston's got Gazdia. Hello, Gazdia's taken high. Gazdia 15 metres out was coat-hanged, and the Kiwis come up with the ball.
Well, the referee was in a good position to call. We're a long way away, but he was happy with what he saw. Frank Pritchard's the one who's got the claret. Well, everything else has been penalised up there tonight.
It sure has. Great play by Thurston. He really read they were short down there. The Australians have got the schoomers, 3 or 4 of them. The Kiwis will rely on their halfback, Stacey Jones. 6:45 left on the clock.
Pritchard still staggering in back play. Plenty of blood coming from the face. It comes out now for Tony. He rushes a kick. Modu Tony. Little bit of room here for Inglis. Inglis with it. Runs back at Soliola. Puts out the fend. Soliola has come up with the ball. Play on for the Kiwis. Soliola's got it. 35 metres out from the line. Now for Stacey Jones. Matty John sideline.
Oh, Benji Marshall, this is amazing. Who's the player that's going to do it for the Kiwis?
There's a lot of tired forwards in the Australian team around the ruck, and when the forwards are tired, the holes appear behind the ruck. I'll be looking to me fast men like Brent Webb, Dean Hallertau, Motu Tony, just get in behind the forwards, play ball.
They kicked the field goal week 2 to go 7 in front. It wasn't enough. Kalis is concussed. He's hit the deck for them. Wiki's with the ball. Offloads back for Tony. The Kiwis have got Pritchard, they got Kalis in enormous strife. 19 metres out from the line. Ball comes for Azatazi. He's tackled by Hindmarsh. Last tackle. Jones is in position. Wiki's going to run the decoy. Jones's kick deflected into the arms of Hunt. Australia come up with the ball. Oh no! It goes over the sideline.
Carmichael Hunt trying to get Inglis away. A rush of blood. 6 minutes to go. The score's locked up. The charge down was a good one. Got them possession. Saw that Soliola was up, but it was forward and ended up over the sideline.
The charge down was O'Donnell. Gus O'Donnell on Jones.
O'Donnell on Jones. But Carmichael Hunt and Greg Inglis, the 2 young guns in this Australian side, back their ability. That's never a bad thing. Unlucky for them, though. They've given the Kiwis a chance.
I think there's a try in New Zealand here. Here's Webb, 15 metres out. Oh, no, Hallertau ran through. Play on, set Klein. Hindmarsh makes the tackle.
Handled it well, Webb. He backed off, made sure that no defender was impeded.
Pritchard's okay. He's with the ball. He's 5 metres out from the line. New Zealand on the attack. There's 4.5 minutes remaining. 12-all. Vangana took a shot at them and is held up by Lockyer. Still on for the Kiwis. They will get another shot. Jones out for Azatazi. He offloads over the top. It'll bounce the way of Harpy. Harpy is held by Inglis and taken back to the 20. That's tackle number 4. If they're thinking field goal, they need to get to centre field. Hallertau's with the ball. He's tackled by Kite, by Hindmarsh, and by Smith. Last tackle. They'll go deeper this time. Here it comes. Smith rushes up. Back for Webb. Webb takes the shot. And he's just went out to the side of the posts. Brent Webb took the shot. Watch it again, live on Channel 9. It's there. It's there. It's got to be there. It's wide.
How did it miss? Beautifully executed. The switch from Jones to Webb. It was in everywhere.
The Australians still on the far side, the right side. If they can get the ball out, there's their best chance of scoring a try. Otherwise, they'll look to get Lockyer off first and into position for one.
Oh, Kidwell went up there on Hindmarsh and got him. Kidwell tackles Hindmarsh. If it's 12-all at full time, we're headed to Golden Point. Mason, we may have no off-season. They may still be playing through December. Here's Smith, kicks from inside the 40. He's gone for 40-20, he's got it.
Yes.
He has nailed it. Cameron Smith has produced a miraculous play with 2 to go. Scrum, 10 metres out, they rush down, they get the stopping of the clock.
Stay in there, guys.
With 2 to go, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Here's the scrum, 10 metres out from the line. Hodges gets past 2. Mannering's there to make the tackle. Captain Mannering, what a tackle it is. 5 metres out from the line. 2.5 minutes remaining. Tate's with the ball. Tate is held and thrown down by Blair.
Don't know whether they would wait until the last tackle. Try and score the try here.
Thurston, Lockyer, then for Mason. He's got the one-arm carry looking to offload.
Your best chance is to go earlier than the 5th.
9 metres away from the line. Lockyer's there. Thurston will take the shot. Thurston shot. Thurston, he's missed to the right as well. It must have looked good off the boot to him.
It looked good from here. I think they both kicked field goals.
It looked like it's gone through. He hit it perfectly, then put the hands to the head. Missed by a coat of paint.
Extraordinary stuff in the Tri-Nations final. This crowd is delirious with attention. 12-all, 90 seconds remaining. Vanganar's got the ball. Vanganar takes the tackle from Ryan. Kiwi, Kangaroo chant. They're going chant for chant. Wiki goes for a run. They're not going to get into field goal zone in this set. Jones is with it. Out it comes for Kidwell. Takes on Thurston. Brilliant tackle, Thurston. Kidwell goes again. Offloads for Harpy. He's 45 metres from the line. Maybe they will get to field goal zone. He'll play it 35 metres out. Last tackle, Kiwis. Jones props, stops, gets the kick in. Jones is wide again. Carmichael Hunt catches it on the full. And a 20-metre restart. Oh, boy. Quick restart. And so it should be. O'Donnell's with the ball. Wiki's over the top. 34 seconds remaining. 12 points all. 2 tries to 1 to the Kiwis. Smith to Thurston. Dummy. Hindmarsh over the 40. Ball played 8 metres inside his own half. That's how far they've got to go. I reckon Lockyer can kick one from 40. Thurston back for Mason. Mason on the charge. Has gone straight over the top. Big Willie kicks. Wiki's chasing. Webb's back there. Inglis doesn't get it. Thurston has. Oh, the video referee has to decide. In all of that, Monu Tony has been knocked out on halfway by Willie Mason. But this is sensational. There's not a nanosecond left on the clock.
We're going upstairs to see if the Australian chaser has knocked on before Jonathan Thurston. What a break from Mason and a left foot kick. I think it's Cameron Smith, is it, who leads the way? No, in fact, it's Greg Inglis. Oh, it's come off his shoulder. He's not gone.
We're going to Golden Point, Peter. I'm sure video referee has to rule off the right bicep of Inglis. Thurston got it down, but
yeah, it's a knock on.
Knock on.
Did you tip this, Gus? Could you have expected this?
I thought it'd be over long before this. I thought it'd be over long before this. Willie Mason and that man have nearly pulled it out of the fire for Australia. The Kiwis have been brave to hang on, and we've got to go beyond the distance, beyond the 80 minutes to get a result.
Suits me.
It is no try. Now, in the midst of all of this is Monutoni back on halfway. He went to try and make the tackle on Willie Mason, and Mason went straight over the top. That's what a steamroller can do to you.
Now, let's hope that that looks worse than it is. Hopefully there's no fracture or break up there. There he is trying to take him front on.
They need him straight in the head.
Here we go, golden point extra time in the Tri-Nations final. We still can't put season 2006 to bed. Mason takes the first hit up, is thrown down by Wiki. I think the tackle hurt Blair as well. I'll just keep this going. Hindmarsh. What about this tackle? In the 81st minute, Ruben Wiki, pick him up and throw him down. Luke O'Donnell. Tackled low, 22 metres out from the line, but that's already tackle number 3. Thurston attacks the short side, spun his way past Soliola, got it away for Hodges. Little bit of trouble here. Hodges has beaten 3. He almost got past a 4th. They're 5 short of halfway on tackle number 4. Smith, Hindmarsh, he'll get them over halfway. Do they want a shot or do they want field position?
Field position. Drive it into the in-goal area. Cameron Smith will do that.
Last tackle. Smith got Webb wrong-footed. It's a great kick. Chasers coming from everywhere. Webb picks it up. Webb's back to the field of play. But the set starts 5 metres out from the goal line.
Great play by both teams. Good set of 6 there from Australia. Great kick from Cameron Smith. Great hustle by Brent Webb.
Now Simon Mannering on the 3rd play. They are still inside their 20.
It's like 40 backs now. New Zealand up against it. That's the 4th tackle, still only 25 metres out. Australia would get the advantage if they force the opposition to kick in their own half.
They're going to attack. They get it out. Kidwell offloaded. Could have been forward. Harpy flick pass. Soliola 45 metres out from the line. Hodges is now in trouble. He's got cramp. Jones gets a kick downfield. Cut off by Hunt on his own 20. Hunt gets over the 30. He's over the 40. He steps. And Hodges is limping.
Advantage Australia despite a couple of players limping back. Sean Berrigan's 2nd tackle. They are going to be in a great attacking position here. 3 or 4 in.
What odds the old golden boot does it?
Thurston, Lockyer, chance on the right side, Gazdia. He scored the match winner in game 2. He's thrown down 30 minutes out, lost it! Gazdia's lost the ball! It'll be a New Zealand scrum feed, 2.5 minutes into extra time.
How gripping is this? You've got to remember too that these players have been training and playing since last November. It's the longest season on record. We're now in the golden point extra time and they're still giving it to each other. Still giving each other 100%. It's outstanding stuff.
Scrum win 30 metres out from the line for our Victorian viewers. You are hoping to go to an election update. We'll blow that. Stay with this. It's 12 all. There's a bit more to be decided here. This is football. 39 metres out from their own line. Live on Channel 9, the Tri-Nations decider. Azatazi with it. Tackled by Hindmarsh. Smith is there, so too Ryan. That's tackle 3. They're back to centre field. Pritchard's with the ball. He was down for the count for the Kiwis.
Well, he came up with the tackle on Mark Gasnier as Monutoni looks on. The Australians look more likely to score a try. If New Zealand are to win, you would think it would be field goal.
Soliola's put it down. Inglis was looking to go straight on the attack. Knock on against New Zealand. 5 metres inside the Kangaroos half. There's 1 minute and 20 remaining in the first half of extra time.
That was a real chance. He catches that. He's got Inglis 2-on-1 and Harpy on his outside. And Soliola just took a little look up to see the opportunity. Darren Lockyer, in all likelihood, will get the last say in this first little section. That man there will be working them towards position and looking for the left foot field goal.
On halfway, Tate with it. Chased across field there by Soliola. He had the leg and he'll be penalised. Oh, that's but he didn't release the leg as Tate looked to play the ball. It is 1 metre inside the Kangaroos half. They will kick for the line. They will be in position. If they want the one-pointer, they've got 50 seconds remaining of this first half of extra time to boot it. Thurston, Hindmarsh.
Don't rule out a try, Andrew. I think the Australians could wrap this up with a try if they can't in the first couple take the point, but I think the opposition look vulnerable. Got 2 balls on the field here. That slows it down. That helps New Zealand's cause.
He's in position, Lockyer. They just got to go now.
20 metres out. Smith, Ryan. Ryan will be tackled. He's in position right now. He's back on the 30, Lockyer. He wants it now. Smith throws it back for Lockyer. Here it comes. Touchdown, Kiwis. Webb chases. Webb will get to the ball. What a play. Give him a golden boot. Give Brent Webb a golden boot. The Kiwis have got it. Kidwell goes on the charge. He's tackled 35 metres out from the line. Seconds remaining. First half of extra time. Jones will take a snap. Jones has kicked it wide. And we're off for a second half. Just keep it going. What about this touchdown? I assume they were onside. But what about the desperation?
That's just outstanding stuff from New Zealand. What courage. They've had to run 25 metres to get to that to block it. So too the Australians. Lockyer and O'Donnell up there putting pressure on the Kiwi halfback. This is just courage.
Second set of extra period coming up here. It will be the New Zealanders to receive.
Might be Quizmania with Gus Gould, the way we're going. There's Lockyer. There we go again, folks. Let's do it again. Let's have another dance. Webb fields the kick-off. Well, Kalis is back there. How did he come back? Where'd they get those painkillers? I want some. Kiwis in possession. Webb for Mannering. He's over the 20. Tackled down by Gazdia and Lockyer on tackle number 2 as we march into the 86th minute of play. Halatau, he's tackled 15 short of halfway. We haven't been able to go to Benji Marshall for a while. He's getting oxygen at the moment. Ball comes out from Farlongo to Asatazi. He'll play it 40 metres out from the line. Farlongo for Jones. Gets it out for Kidwell. He's running like a 16-year-old Kidwell. And now Soliola will play it on the last tackle. Jones will take a shot. No, he'll kick from 45 metres out. Get it to win goal. He's pulled it up perfectly. Australia in possession. Carmichael Hunt, he's going close to the goal line. Now he straightens up and Asatazi cleans him up. Oh, he put paid to that run. Big Roy. Kangaroos ball 20 metres out from their own line, tackle number 2. We play until we get points. There is no stoppage from here on in. We're into the 87th minute of play. Smith with the ball. Now for Thurston, dummy. Thurston's through. There's support left and right. Lockyer's on the inside. Lockyer scores the try. The golden boot winner. The Brisbane captain. The Queensland captain. The Australian captain has scored the try to win the Tri-Nations final. What a sensational finish. 16 points to 12.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.